All right, now we move on to question number 17 and some free body diagrams. So we have an object that's lying motionless. That means it's got a normal force pointing up on it. It's got a weight force pointing down on it. All right. Next, we have an object sliding at constant speed without friction. So we've got a normal force pointing up. We've got a weight force pointing down. These balance. Now here's the thing. The forces are balanced. There's nothing required to explain its motion at constant speed when there's no friction. I'll be clear. Yes, at some point in the past, I did need to get it moving with an unbalanced force. But once I get it moving and I let it go on a frictionless surface, it'll continue moving in a straight line at a steady speed. Now, part C, I have the normal and the weight force again. And now I have friction slowing the object down. I know some of you want to write it like this. That's totally fine. I'm fine with either. Now, an object suspended from a ceiling. We no longer have a surface, so that means we have a tension force holding us up and the weight holding, pulling it to the earth. Those two forces balance. Here it says an object is pulled upward at an increasing speed. I want to be clear, they should have really called this Ft, so I'm going to do that here. And we're only worried about the object, so we've got Ft and we've got Ft. And you know what, I'm going to be really clear. Since it's pulled upwards at an increasing speed, I'd want to see these two arrows as different sizes because this means that they are unbalanced. And that actually means that Ft is in fact bigger than Fg. Now here, an object is pulled by a force parallel to the surface at constant velocity. So we've got a normal, we've got the weight. Those do balance. And you know what, I'm going to call this a tension force again. So I'll have, and these balance again, so I'll have Ft. And you know, I just don't like how I did that. Let me just try that again. So we'll call this tension. We've got Fn. We've got Fg. We've got our pulling force. And then we have this friction force here. These balance. But since we're moving at constant velocity, that means everything else is balanced too. Now, parabolic trajectory. You wouldn't know this, but that means no air resistance at all. So I'll tell you what, if I want air resistance, I'll tell you on the test. So these two here are just pure gravity force. All this other stuff is basically the ball's inertia carrying it through the air. So that is question number 17.